I'm classy no matter what. Don't sniff.
Dad, don't come out here! So classy. So, I understand. Oh,
Sorry to interrupt.
So what are we making today, Mom?
Today we're making Auntie's almond meringues.
Who's Auntie? Well, they don't know.
Dad's aunt.
Auntie Fran.
Auntie Fran.
And this was obviously a Jewish thing because it was at Passover all the time.
Yes, but we make Christmas too.
Should we tell them that we're Christmas-loving Jews so that it makes more sense? We're Christmas-loving Jews
We like to celebrate everything.
because it means more food such as meringues.
And gifts.
I've heard a rumor that today's recipe only involves 3 ingredients.
That's right. Egg whites, brown sugar, and almonds.
So 2 to 3 are healthy. Should we show them what they look like before we begin?
Certainly.
Oh look, it's Martha Stewart. She already had some pre-made.
Oh, can you see it now?
Can they see it?
Now, do you want to bite into it and show them the almond in the middle?
Oh.
Oh, the almond's in her mouth. Yummy.
Okay, so let's get this party started. So Mom's gonna crack open the eggs. How many eggs? 3 eggs.
3 egg whites.
So that means you can't use a box of egg whites. You actually have to separate it. That's a pain. Now what?
Dump them into the bowl. I just did it in this first in case I blew and had to start again. Now I am going to beat them until they are firm.
How long are we gonna do this? About?
Until they're stiff.
So beat until stiff. So roughly that would take what, like 1 or 2 minutes? Mom is not gonna demonstrate stiff.
See the little peaks that are coming up? So now you are going to gradually fold in a ½ cup of brown sugar, and it's supposed to be packed brown sugar, but I didn't pack it because I didn't want that much in.
So you're titrating it in. So it'd be better to use one of those fancy mixers. Every Christmas, Mom had to make 2 batches. 1 batch with the almonds for all the other people, and then a batch, I just touched your boob.
I didn't feel it.
Okay, and then we did a batch without the almonds for me and my sister.
So what I do is I stick the almond just in like that.
Can you see it?
me? And then I just take my finger and flick it onto parchment paper on a cookie sheet.
Can I taste it with my finger?
Sure. Oh my God, she's gonna get salmonella and die.
Oh, that's tasty. Are they pasteurized?
No, they're going up to my tits.
Grab 1 nut,
You should.
stick it in the spoon of goo.
And flop it on the parchment paper. Do use parchment paper because it's so much easier to remove and you don't get that dark brown tacky bottom.
So again, the nut is optional. If you're like me and you don't like the nut, then don't do it.
Sometimes I feel like a nut.
That one's ugly. Look at it.
He's beautiful.
No, it's ugly. Buy enough nuts to make sure that you don't have a nut shortage. And obviously do the math so you know how many nuts you end up using so that when you go to calculate your calories and macros, it will be correct. Can you see them? Mom made 26 for the first sheet. So you can see how you need to calculate your own nutritional information for this because it depends on how many you make, depends on the size of them, how many nuts you use. There's a disclaimer for this recipe. Mom's going to explain.
Explain. You can't have a humid kitchen. I tried to make them once when I was in Dallas, and it was in the summer. And they just were sticky, and they shouldn't be. They're supposed to be crunchy. So, but they always work at Christmas in Dallas.
So basically you have to be in a cold climate or air conditioning to make them.
They go in the oven at 225 degrees for 2.5 hours.
That's a long time.
And then you turn the oven off. Do not open the door. And you leave them in there overnight.
So basically you have to make this 2.5 hours before you go to bed.
Yep. And then don't forget about them the next morning. It wouldn't hurt if they sat in the oven for days.
So they get stored in an airtight container on the countertop, not in the fridge, not in the freezer.
Okay, how many did we make out of this?
That had 26. This has 1, 2, 3, 4. 27. What's 27 plus 26? Dad, what's 27 plus 26? 40, 53?
Well, it would be like saying, what's 30 plus 23. 7 and 6 are 13. Try and do it that way. I'm just trying to teach you how to add fast.
Didn't I just do it though?
Yes, did you get 43? Okay.
No, 53. No.
26
26 and 27.
53. 6 and 7 are 13
Yeah,
and
53.
40. 13 and 40.
Don't you have a degree in math?
Not arithmetic though. It's a big difference. In the oven they go. I'm over here doing it. 225 degrees for 2.5 hours. I'm going to turn the oven off in 2.5 hours and leave them overnight. Tomorrow morning I will take them out, and if you want, I will video them coming out.
So we'll see you back here in 8 to 10 hours.
I can show them these ones were underbeat.
Underbeat?
Underbeat.
So if they're underbeaten, they'll look like reptiles.
And if you overbeat, they'll look like snakes. And I'll show you in the morning.
Look at all the cookies they stash in their freezer. These are really good, these lacy cookies from Costco. OMG. I want to show them this. I really like the dairy milk buttons. I think they're better than the Hershey's drops. But those ones are really good in cookies and cream. Have you guys tried the cookies and cream one? Is that red licorice laces? Oh my god.
They're the ones you sent me for Christmas. They're
Are they
so
good?
Yeah.
Are they good? Oh, they smell
Oh, you can't go wrong.
3 baggies.
3 bags full.
Is it stale?
But chewy. It's good. I'm getting a picture of what there.
I lick a wish I had one.
Now is the moment for the big reveal. It's the next morning. That's my reflection in the oven. I will open the oven door, and lo and behold, there they are. And out they come, looking perfect. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. See how easily they are to remove? And oh, and taste. Mmm, perfect. And now they all have been placed in an airtight container, which will be as soon as I put the lid on.
When you make these, take a photo of them and post them on Instagram and hashtag Dr. Sarah Solomon so that I can see them. And if you do use different ingredients,
If you substitute brown sugar for something that you think is a little more healthy,
like
let us know how it turned out.
exactly, we need to know these things. If this video changed, Dad's ruining it.
Dad, can you stop that for a sec?
What's he doing?
He's climbing a ladder.
Hit that like button and share and leave us a comment below us.
Blow her.
Subscribe. And for more great recipes like this, make sure you head over to drsarahsolomon.com. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great night.